I think the board have made a really, really good decision in terms of, the club's job is to protect the support. And if there's not that guarantee that come the second fixture, then I think it's only logical that you wouldn't reciprocate. So I think Celtic have played their part in what they were asked to do. And again, I go back, nothing of this was Celtic's issue. Nothing. When you go back to when this all started, it's nothing to do with Celtic. Celtic gets dragged into this here as being a Celtic Rangers thing. It's not a Celtic Rangers thing. This is a Rangers thing. So Celtic, when even they're asked to and have this agreement to make the stadium safe and everything else, we plough money into that. We do the works, which started months ago. And that, like I said, on both parties, it hasn't been agreed. So it's not complicated. It hasn't been done. For good faith, whatever way you want to put it, there's still an agreement for both, right? So it's not done. It's not great faith. If we allow Rangers supporters in, then we get to January and our own supporters can't get in. That's not good faith. So I think that the agreement hasn't been upheld. So Celtic rightly have to defend their supporters and their club. And sadly, as I said, the Rangers supporters miss out on this game and Celtic in the return game. But let's hope that after that, we can then find a way to get the supporters in.
A very good evening, folks. What's the story? I hope everyone's doing well. Sorry about the delay. I was meant to come on at 8:30. Just got caught up by a few things. Said I'd pop on for 1 hour and have a chat with you just regards to the final days of the transfer window. Hello to everyone on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as well. The main focus tonight is to get people over from Instagram to subscribe to the channel as well. So everyone over on Instagram, I can see your comments as well. Good to see us all in. Good bit to talk about tonight. Mikey Johnson looks like he's leaving Celtic, and Larga Bielka's been confirmed that he's gone on loan. So we're looking at getting a left back in who's an American international. There's been a lot of criticism from fans online that they don't want him in because he was a part of a Sheffield United team that went down in the Premier League that conceded 108 goals last season. That kind of negativity, folks. I don't buy into that whole stuff. Once a player goes from another club to his form will change. He's playing with a different unit of players. I don't know if you've seen the picture as well. Matt O'Reilly on his debut got an injury tonight. Picked up an injury. 24 hours signed for Brighton, and then he's already injured. So it feel sorry for Matt, but look, it is what it is. It's football. It could happen for any club. So set up, pop on, have a chat, which is we'll go through the comments on YouTube and Facebook mostly. I'm keeping an eye on the Instagram as well. Any news on getting anyone? Obviously, we put a bid in today for Arne ENGELS. 9 million was the second offer. They want between 12 and 15 million. Augsburg don't want to sell him. They made it clear that they don't want to sell him. He has 2 years left in his contract as well. So actually, it's 2027. He's 3 years left in his contract. So let's see what happens. Who cares about the manky mob? Well, we'll be obviously focused on them the weekend. So I just said I put that video up when I was getting ready. Hopefully. So left back situation. We're still waiting on the confirmation of Alex Valle from Barcelona, the 20-year-old. He played on loan at Levante last season, played 38 times in the Segunda League, which is the second highest league in Spanish football. He hasn't played competitive football for Barcelona. So the situation is with him, there's no option to buy. The trigger his contract is 3 million. And then for them to listen to offers is going to be 30 million euros as well. Bit of a mad one, to be honest. I just think Celtic are not benefiting from this deal long term. If it was like a Jeremy Frimpong where we got the guy in so young, we could develop him and take a chance. It's not happening. It's really not happening, which is absolutely brutal. We should have went out in the market and actually got someone on a permanent basis. So there's still time. As I keep saying to people on the channel the last couple of days, don't panic just yet. Don't start getting frustrated just yet. The transfer window closes at 11 o'clock on Friday night. So I'll be doing a live between 9 and half 11 on Friday night. Got a few people tuning in. Is the Arne Ingles deal done deal? No, we put in a bid, Callan, of 9 million today, and they're looking for between 12 and 15 million. So we'll see what happens. So if you can tune over to YouTube, I can be able to see your comments better over here. I'll just have it streamed on Instagram just to bring this over, show you something different. How's it going, Raymond? Hope you're well. I think we're going to leave it till late to get players in and one loan player. As I said, it would more likely be that Barcelona guy on loan. I know we put in an inquiry yesterday for Ignason off Lazio, the right winger, who he signed from Michelin the previous season. He played against us in the Champions League for Lazio in them 2 legs, but they value him at 12 million, and he's on a long-term contract until 2028. So we were never going to get him. Bit of a strange inquiry, to be honest. At this moment in time, what's going to happen with Lewis Palmer? Like, we haven't seen much of Lewis Palmer this season. I just think he's gone off the grid. I'd like to see more of him, to be honest. Let's see. That's it. We've been doing it for decades. We leave it last minute. But Mikey Johnson is going to be going to Sheffield United for 2.5 million. So I'm going to put up the screen, go through Mikey Johnson's stats as a Celtic player, and wish him the very best. Simple as. Look at Ronaldo. So Mikey Johnson actually won 13 trophies with Celtic. So he has 2 years left in his contract as well. He was market valued at 3 million, and we ended up selling him for 2.5 million. And look, only for that stint at Sheffield, stint at West Brom last season, I don't think he would have went. I don't think any championship teams would have been interested in him, to be honest. So I'm going to put up his overall stats for Celtic. I think it was 93 games, 13 goals. Let's have a look now. So let's see. We'll do this now by clubs. Should be ahead of the game. Tell you guys are tuning in from as well, by what town, what city, what country in the world as well. So it'll be good to get the German midfielder in. We're still in talks with LA for Borgas as well. So they're looking to keep him because they're happy through their season. So over here on the right hand side, that's his Celtic stats. 13 goals Mikey Johnson he scored for the Hoops, 12 assists. I feel like it's more than that, and 93 games he played. So he's off. It's not a part of any Austin Trusty deal, just to be honest with you. How much later can we leave it? As I said, it could be players brought in the last minute, like as on transfer deadline day. I'll be live anyway. I'll be doing a lot of podcasts over the next couple of days. I'll probably doing one tomorrow night as well. It just depends if we get anyone over the line. It is embarrassing that we're leaving it this late, but that's just a typical business model, trying to clear players out, trying to free up the wage bill. And Cordy, Alex Valle is going to cost us 1.3 million on wages as well, on the loan fee. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's see. How's it going, Whiskey Foxtrot? Last minute for deals. The club knows we are desperate, really pathetic from the board. As I said, selling Matt O'Reilly the other day for 26 million plus an additional 4 million add-ons. The clubs know we're gonna be out in the market trying to get covered in that position. LA are playing hardball. Team in the MLS are playing hardball. Was a team that finished mid-table in the Bundesliga are playing hardball. Was said a couple of times in the channel the last few days. Augsburg have only ever sold 4 players above 10 million in their history. So we'll see what happens with that. I hope you're doing well in New Zealand as well. It is indeed. It is indeed. I have the badges on it. I have Schmeichel on the back of it as well. But big Champions League draw. 8 different opponents ahead on Thursday to be matched against us. Let's see what the comments are saying on Instagram. Not much going on Instagram because I'm not really replying to many. When is the giveaway? That's going to be announced this weekend. So I'm doing a competition on Instagram, folks. Thanks to signed shorts, signed F shorts that we're giving away a signed Mikael Lustig jersey. So all you need to do is go onto my Instagram, come on the Hoop Celtic. There's a pinned post, Mikael Lustig jersey. All you need to do is like, follow the page, follow signed FS shirts, and tag 3 people, and then you're in. Free entry, simple as that. Simple as that. So they don't want to pay £24,000 a week. They are. That's the deal. Fabrice Romero tweeted it. There's been other sources as well in Spain as well. He was meant to fly over last night to do his medical, but see what happens. Open Borgas is just a rumour. He doesn't look good enough for us. He does look good enough for us. I wouldn't talk about him in the challenge. You see the goals he scored? Absolute crackers. Unbelievable. Good free kick taker as well. He might be shy if he does come in. He might be brutal, you know. I'm sure we'll spend 25 million by Friday. But I've said it a couple of times on the channel. We need to spend around 25 million. If we want to get a decent midfielder, it's going to cost us between 8 to 9 million to get a decent player in that position. Look at, you go back to Sunday, we played really well against St. Mirren. Tate scored a lovely goal. Callum scored a fantastic goal. I thought we played really well in the game. It's good to see Alistair Johnson scoring again at Paisley. It was just, you knew when the second goal went in, we were cruising it. And hopefully the weekend, we can actually maybe get 4 or 5 the weekend. I'm very optimistic about this derby on Sunday. I just think at the end of the day, we're going strength to strength. Some people might not feel that we have improved the squad. We're actually look like we're weaker from last season because we haven't replaced Matt O'Reilly. I just think in the form we're playing right now, we're going strength to strength. And it was good to see Nicholas Cohn come off the bench and actually play well. Still have faith, of course. It's not over until the fat lady sings, you know. Who would I look in the Champions League draw on Thursday? Oh, I have to look at the teams that are in it, to be honest. I'll be doing a podcast on this tomorrow night, Raymond. Going through it properly, to be honest. 8 different opponents. So it's not like the days where, argument's sake, so say we got someone like Man City in the Champions League, we played them home and away. It's completely different. It's a new format. It's a league format. And we'll be playing games after Christmas, 2 games after Christmas. We do well in the table. We finish in them playoff spots. Halfway up the table. We'll have Champions League football in February as well. So we'll see what happens. There's no route into the Europa League anymore. Just the way this new format is working. And we're so demanding to be guaranteed a starter. I can't see Rodgers agreeing to that. Well, some footballers are stubborn like that because they think they know the words, but it's kind of, I was saying this earlier on to someone that if he's coming across as like a John Guidetti mentality, we don't need someone like that. We'll go for someone else in the market. And there's time. As I said, we have 3 days to get our finger out and actually start making phone calls and, you know, looking at our scouting department and hopefully get someone good. Not someone from, no disrespect to the K-League or the J-League. You want someone that's actually played a bit of European football. So we'll see what happens there. Derby should be straightforward. Not confident about Europe, though. A lot of people are not feeling confident about Europe, to be honest, NH 1999, because it's down to the business that hasn't been done just yet in the market. A lot of money in the bank. A lot of money should be spent, but Celtic are keeping the cash close to the chest because in case that we don't get into the Champions League the following season, probably, and they put the money into the likes of training facilities and stuff like that. So yeah, I was going to have a look at Instagram, see what people are saying on Instagram. There's 15 people tuning in. Just said I'd say I'll go on to it tonight and see what people are asking. But I don't like your attitude. Who said that? Oh, that's something about Matt. Is there any other, if there was one SPL player who you could sign for Celtic, who would it be? So if I was to sign anyone from the league, it probably would be Luke McCown. I think he looks like a decent midfielder, but he's nowhere near Matt O'Reilly's standard. I've said on the channel a couple of times over the last few days, Lennon Miller looks pretty good as a player, but I'd send him back on loan to Motherwell for a season just to develop him. He's only 17 years of age. Some pass of the ball, by the way. But I think Luke McCown has the package to do well if we were to get him at Celtic. But people are writing him off. It's the typical, you know, doubters to expect high class quality. We're dealing with a board here that will not spend to that level. Yet we got Adamida for what, 9.5 million total after hustling from 4.5 million up, actually costing us over double the amount. But That's who Rodgers wanted at the end of the day. It's a tough one because Burgos obviously has good goals to games. And ENGELS doesn't score much goals, to be honest. He's just a proper centre mid. He can play mostly defensive mid. He doesn't really play as an attacking midfielder. But he's playing in a better quality of league, playing in the Bundesliga. And he's 2 years younger than Burgos. Could come to Celtic, start scoring loads of goals, playing more attacking. It's a tough one. It really is a tough one. I would have said Burgos the weekend, but I'm just thinking in a bigger perspective here. Augsburg are trying to hold off for a bigger deal because that there's a player there, and he still hasn't been capped for Belgium in the senior team yet. The same with Matthias Burgos. He hasn't been capped for the Poland senior team as well. So we'll get someone in. Here's a question here from Boy. Should have signed McKenna, kept the Scottish players' numbers up. He went to Las Palmas, he did. He went to Las Palmas. Do you think we'll get people? Yeah, of course we will. We'll get 3 more players in. 100%. 100%. I think we'll get a let back in if it's Alex Valle or if it's someone else on a permanent basis, I got especially made. Someone got it for me, by the way. I didn't buy it. I bought the yellow one. It's nice though, isn't it? Let me see. 9 minutes into O'Reilly's debut and injured. Yeah, I seen the clip. My mate sent me the clip of it. I was like, poor Matt O'Reilly. It's not our problem anymore. I watched his interview last night. Felt a bit like, he was talking about Celtic as a family club, being so welcomed, talking about the high pressure games against Sefco and playing the Champions League. And look, he was saying that he was talking to their manager 2 months ago. But for him to keep his attitude the way he was, and playing pre-season and playing in the opening few games of the opening 3 games, just shows how nice of a guy he is. If it's off, it's off. I haven't heard anything else about it. Let's have a look now. I'm just going to go on to have a look at Anthony Joseph's X page and see what he has to say. Anything else? I see, has anyone asked me anything on... That one's asked me anything on Instagram. That's fine. No problem at all. Well, we are short on midfielders, to be honest with you. Like, we don't have anyone for that quality of Matt O'Reilly. But as I said, we have to look at the market. I think Atate will step up this season. I think Bernardo will step up. I thought Bernardo played really well the weekend, battled well. Your team for the weekend, it's too early to even think about that. Probably the same team. No, actually, no, I'll go with Kyogo on Sunday. It's too early, man. I've many podcasts to do, Raymond, over the next couple of days. And plus, you have to see what Brendan gives out on Wednesday or Friday regards to injury and stuff like that. So, not even thinking about it yet. Not even thinking about Sunday. I'm thinking about the Champions League draw. I'm thinking about the transfer window. I want to get that over and done with. And then we'll think about Sunday. How's it going, Bill? Hope you're doing well. Edward, I hope you're doing well. Matt already injured already. Hope he's okay. If it's a bad injury, bad move. Still think it's a blunder hit for him moving to Brighton. Should have stayed till. I've said that a couple of times that he should have stayed at Celtic, but could have been the case that the board got the valuation he wanted and made the move happen quicker than expected. We don't really know. To be honest. The answer to that question, Mark, is I hope you're doing well. I think we're going to get 3 players in. Thanks very much as well. I just want to give you a shout. I have got new equipment for the podcast, so I have a brand new light. So for the people that have bought the membership, I've put money back into getting better equipment. I've got a new microphone as well. So when I'm out and about, I'm going to get that tested over the next couple of days. And I've got a new ring light as well. So that money that I've donated over the 199 memberships is being put into something good anyway. So it's all I can spend on drink. Let me see. A lot of people knocking Burgos up because he plays in the MLS. Remember, AJ came from the MLS, correct? Like, people are writing off Austin TRUSTY because he was a part of a team that got relegated. And what? It's the ability of a player. Watch a couple of these YouTube clips earlier on. He's not a bad player. Like, I just think people need to stop doubting. I understand that it has been a frustrating window for a lot of us, seeing player this, player that, and that's the joys of a transfer window. And 90% of players that are linked to Celtic won't come. Doesn't happen. It's either clickbait, it's either journalists trying to twist their arms to get their names out there. This is what happens. As I said, the second bid went in for Arne Inglis today of 9 million. 9 million. So they want between 12 and 15. I'm going to pull up his stats now on the channel to show you as well. Let's see. Oh, there's a couple of them. Not like, just look the surname. Show you now. To anyone that's on Instagram, just jump over to the YouTube, come on the Hoop Celtic, and you'll see it there. There's 146 people tuning in between Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Just press the subscribe button, free of charge. If you want to go an extra level and donate for $1.99 or whatever, go ahead. As I said, it gets pumped into getting better technology for the channel and having cleared our podcasts. Just going to click this comment now. Sam, thanks very much. So if you just go on to that there, we shall just wait for this stupid thing. So this is the crack with this guy, right? He's 20 years of age. They mark him at 9 million. We placed a bid of £9 million today. Now this is 9 million euros. He signed for Ulster back in January 2023. He's played 52 games in all competitions for them. Now he doesn't have any European experience, which is a question mark for me. Like, at the end of the day, we got Matt O'Reilly from MK Dons, and he didn't have any European experience. And look what he done. Like Rio Tate, never played in European football, and he came in and played really well in that Champions League. I know he was in for 6 months, and then he ended up playing the Champions League 9 months later against Real Madrid. He was unbelievable. Yeah, he does look very versatile. I just want to remove this comment so I can show you a bit more about him. Just 2 seconds, Michael. So we'll go down. We'll have a look. People are pronouncing it different. I'll just say Mateus, to be honest with you. He's not who I'm talking about anyway. I know some people are really finicky about how players' names are pronounced on this, and I don't really give a shit, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to be bad. Like, I had people going mad the other night because I mentioned Matt O'Reilly in the space of 10 times in 5 minutes. If you don't like the stream, go and have a cup of tea and come back in 10, 15 minutes when I'm talking about something else. Or just don't watch. Simple as, I'm not Rory Hamilton. I'm not like these top guys that can pronounce football as A1. I'm just saying what I can try to say, Could be another Matt O'Reilly. There has been another one out there. It's too many people panicking over transfers. These guys. That's it. As I said, I'm not panicking over it, to be honest with you. I'm seeing it as a perspective, right? We have 3 days left. We have them till 11 o'clock on Friday, which I'll be live to chat to, and we'll see who comes in. It could be a surprise package. I know we were linked for Olsen Edwards. I know 80% of Celtic fans wouldn't like Edward back. I know Rodgers has made it clear he has 3 strikers, but what triggered me was if Kyogo keeps getting worse and worse with this injury, and we're down to 2 strikers. Like, my suggestion is, if you let Kyogo get his surgery, which might probably keep him out for 4 months, I'd take Edward in till January. That would be my opinion, because I think as fans, we're looking at it as a selfish perspective, having Kyogo playing every game if he can. But if he picks up an injury and he's out a longer term than 4 months because of the shoulder injury, I just think I'd rather see him get the injury done, get the treatment done, get him on that treatment room, get the shoulder sorted before once and for all. He's been carrying this for the last 3 years. Now, I understand a lot of people don't want Edward. I understand he drowned his tails, but he played 134 games for Celtic, 87 goals. Yet he wanted to move away. A lot of players wanted to move away. Ora wanted to move away, he went. Christie wanted to move, he went. Edward went for just below 18 million. As I said, just a loan move. I'd pick either. I'd rather have either in my either, 100%. But I just want to have an option there in case if Kyogo has to get surgery. That's all. You know. Yeah, he hasn't done. He scored in his debut against Spurs or something like that, and that was really it. Just 2 seconds, folks. I'm just going to knock the camera off. Vestergaard, that's a guy that we've talked about for a year and a half on the channel. He still hasn't been capped for Denmark yet. Congratulations to Kasper again being capped for Denmark and a former player. Keith, tell me, calm me nerves. Tell me everything's going to be all right. Everything will be all right. Kyogo has to play on Sunday, 100%. Big game player. But what I'm afraid, as I said, is if he gets a bad injury, this shoulder injury just messes him up and he's out for a long term. That's what I'm worried about. So I feel like I'd like to see us go out in the market and get someone. The only reason I'm saying Edward because he scored goals for us in derbies. Short term, it's just a short term fix. If we can get someone that's a striker, and look at the next couple of days, there will be players going to managers at other clubs that may not be that may not have started the first couple of games in their league or being part of the squads. They'll be asking the question saying, look, I'm looking for first team football. And I'm sure Celtic will be inquiring. But we'll see what happens, And I think we'll be the judge of that now on Friday night. If we don't get players in, like as I said, I would have gladly loved to have Murvosky, but we went for Adamida. And look, Murvosky went for 6.5 million to Ginola in La Liga. Yeah, we do. We have money there. Snick, we have loads of money there. We have about 130 million in the bank. 130 million in the bank, Here's the thing, right? Brendan left and left a bad taste in a lot of Celtic fans' mouth the way he left. And a lot of people couldn't forgive Brendan. And eventually, he won us the title. He won us the cup. And he said he'll see us in May. And obviously in May, he did see us and we got there. It wasn't the most comprehensive season last season, the way we played football. In the last 10 games, excellent. Unbelievable. But come on, the season was it was literally like potholes every couple of games. But we'll get there. Like as I said, I'm just worried about Kyogo. That's all. I'd like to see us go and get another striker, but I can't see us getting another striker. I'm not too fussed if Edward was never to come back to Celtic, to be honest. I just think he could do a job. He hasn't done no much for Crystal Palace because they've changed about 3 or 4 managers since he's been there. Roy Hodgson, Patrick Vieira, kind of that malarkey crap. But look, it is what it is, That's it, George. How are you getting on? Hope you're well. Yeah, so Owen Beck went to Blackburn. It was confirmed today. We still haven't signed that left back yet. And only one Celtic I'd like to see back at Celtic is Tierney. We all love Tierney, but Tierney's too injury prone. Let me just show you this. I want to show people that are watching this tonight. This is what when I looked into this during the summer, it's a no-brainer. He's injury prone anyway, but the more you look into it, you're just like, right, I'll root this out and I'll put it on the screen in a second for you. Show you this. It's 27. It's mad to think. He left back in 2019. injury history, right? Wait, you see this. And I love Tierney. Absolutely love him. Right. This. When you look at this, and you're just gonna be like, nope, not a chance, not a chance. I know. I feel sorry for Matt. I really do. I really feel sorry for Matt. Right. So this is Kieran Tierney's injury record since he left Celtic. Right. Shoulder injury, knee injury, ankle problem, knee injury, hamstring injury. Right. And the Scot when they picked up that injury in the Euros for Scotland's not even on it, right? So look at it. 32 days, 16 days, 98 days, 54 days, 28, 29 days. Like it's Sociedad, he had like an absolute disaster. A disaster. So what's that? He missed nearly 3 months of football at Sociedad. You know, like fair enough, you got a few Champions League games under his belt. 98 days at Arsenal when he got the knee surgery towards the end of that season, but obviously it was just pre-season then. Ankle injury. Then at Celtic, a lot of hip, calf, groin, typical footballers' injuries. But to be honest, it could be a risk. Could be a risk. I know a lot of people are like, nah, he's too injury prone. Has he completed his medical? Let me see. Just waiting for the old stream to refresh here. Come on, Anthony Joseph. Get on it like a car bonnet. Tell me what the crack is. He's a good source, he is. $41 minutes ago. Where did you see this, folks? Where did you see this? 1 second now. It's Trusty income, and we put £5 million in bid today for them. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, he will be incoming. Really good numbers tonight, folks. Really appreciate it. Let me see. Fabrizio. Is it Fabrizio? I'm on Anthony Joseph page. That's why. Fabrizio Romero. Here we go. Oh, poor man. Yeah, I see it just there, folks. So let me see. As I said, I should have Fabrizio Romero's page open just to show you that are watching the stream tonight. There you go. Alex Valle has completed his medical test as a new Celtic player from Barcelona. Document signed, loan deal confirmed, set to be unveiled officially on Wednesday. No issues. Here we go. So there you go, folks. On like a car bonnet. Thanks to the folks that were just told me as well. That's it. So we can relax now in regards to left back. I know it's only for a season. The situation with him is 24 grand a week he's meant to be on. 1.3 million. It's costing us for the season. 20 years of age, 5'10", played 38 games last season for Levante. He hasn't been capped for Spain's under 21s yet, under 20s. One cap for them, I think. He played against Real Madrid in pre-season right back in El Clasico in America. He had a storm of a game against them. He provided assists. Pacey player, really good with the ball, obviously. Comes through the Barcelona academy. But the situation is 3 million is the trigger to contract. And then they're looking at 30 million plus. So I just feel disappointed I'm not disappointed that we got a quality player of Alex Valle. I'm disappointed in the logistics of it. I'm disappointed in the economics of it. That's what I'm disappointed in. Disappointed that we should have went out and got a player on a permanent basis. Now, Austin Trusty, he can play left back as well. So he's 6'3". He's been capped for America twice. He's 26 years of age. He was signed from Philadelphia Union to Arsenal 2 seasons ago for 1.5 million. And then he went to Birmingham on loan, played 37 games for them, and then went to Sheffield. Sheffield United signed him, and he played Played a good chunk of games last season, over 30 games. And he's scored in the Carabao Cup this season so far. He's only played 2 games so far. So that's the situation with him, you know. No, either way, it's 1.3 million costing Celtic anyway for the loan deal. 1.3 million. As I said, the economics of it is ridiculous because we can't buy him at the end of it. If we want to buy a player well over our price range, our price range is like 9.5 million for the highest transfer. So they've signed a new contract, give him a new contract to 2026. And then if you trigger his contract, the opening offers at 30 million. That's the crack with him anyways. Just annoying. As I said, I'm delighted he's coming in. Obviously, give competition to Greg Taylor, you know. Good competition, but it's not a long term. Someone asked me in the comments there, then what about Berda Bay? Forget about Alexandra Berda Bay. Who cares about him? Yeah, he's still under Celtic, but nothing there with Berda Bay. It's like Berda Bay and Lewis Palmer. It's like that mentality of like too much showboating. Do the talking on the pitch. Stop posting stuff on social media. Go out and do it on the pitch. You know, like I don't know. I just have a weird feeling about Lewis Palmer. I don't think he'll go in this window, but I just think he will go before the end of the season. It could be in the next window. No, it's 3 million to trigger his contract, but to actually buy him, they put a 30 million tag on him. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I seen a few podcasts talking about it. I was like, wow. Because originally when we were linked with him on Sunday, I was like, oh, this is a good bit of business for Celtic. Then I looked into it more and I was like, oh, typical. You know. Wouldn't it be negotiable? He's in a 2-year, you know. There. That's it. Shocking. And someone's asked me, is he still in the squad? I thought he was gone. I thought we got rid of him. I thought he went back down to Sheffield Wednesday. Luke Shaw. Yeah, he's been doing a turn recently. 4 goals for Basel recently, or Bal, whatever which way you want to pronounce it. He's done well. No, it's not a bio clause, as I said. But anyway, we're not going to buy him anyway. You know, look, there's potential there with Lewis Palmer. We've seen it in the Champions League. We've seen him scoring some cracking goals, but I don't really know what's going on. I think he spends more time posting on social media than actually training at this moment in time. As I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It's just a typical fan opinion, isn't it? Because you don't see much of a player. You're just like, oof. Where am I watching the game on Sunday? I'm in Glasgow. I'm trying to get a ticket for the game on Sunday. It's not looking good, so I don't know what I'm doing for the game on Sunday. Don't know what pub I'm going yet. Don't know if I'm just going to watch in the gaff and go out after it, because it's my birthday on Monday, so I'll be going on the drink for anyway. But yeah, Peter, good pictures you put up with George Cadetti earlier on. Good to see you doing well. Exactly, Roxanne. He kind of does, Charles. Hope you're well. Hope everything's good in Florida. Can we progress in Europe this year? New format, more games to get points, playing against some top class opposition and teams that are lower than us in the rankings. Will 6 points do us to get in the playoffs? We shall see. Even win 2 games out of 6 or 2 games out of 8. I know that sounds crazy, but and a draw, we might. It just depends. It just depends if Brendan learns from his previous terms as a manager at Celtic, where you can't go out and get hammered by PSG 7-1. I thought we done well last year in the Champions League. We were unlucky against Lazio. They scored late. I was at the game. Atletico Madrid, we should have beaten them. You know, Feyenoord, we beat them. So it's getting Celtic back to that cauldron of football where, you know, stop making teams feel like it's a tourist destination and taking in the atmosphere. Let's bring the game to them. You know, use the fans as the 12th man. No chance of a ticket. I know. I'm working on it. I have a couple of people working on it for me, so probably won't get a ticket. Probably won't. And then for Fabrizio Romero, Fabrizio Romero's tweet about it there. Let me see. Did I share that there? There it is there, but there it is there. But thanks very much for putting in the comments. Appreciate it. So, folks, all I'm asking is majority is subscribe to the channel. If you could go on and subscribe to the channel on YouTube, or hit 18,000 finally. It's been a long, from 17 to 18 was a long time, but when you put in the podcast and you do the videos, people start slowly subscribing. So I just want to say thank you very much to everyone so far subscribing. New people have been watching me since the early days. Really appreciate it, folks. Deadly, absolute deadly. Good network of people. We do not have a Champions League squad. There's teams in that Champions League that don't have a squad to not compete as well. They're not going to complete a level, but we'll just have to take it as it comes. I know you're thinking with your head and you're looking at that and you're saying, oh, I'm dreading this game. I'm dreading that game. I don't know if we can do it. I know, like, time will tell, but time will tell. Like I said, the start of summer, I'm dreading the Champions League because I don't know if we can bring quality in. And this moment in time, Adam Mead has never played Champions League football. And it's going to be a learning curve for him. You know, we have a good keeper there, Kasper Schmeichel. He's played Champions League football. He's played Europa League football. He's played Europa Conference League football. Did they sign him on loan? There's been a lot of talk of Jota going to Rennes since last Wednesday. Was it another Fabrizio Romero tweet, was it? Let me see. Just want to refresh the page. Jota was never coming back, when you know. Wage is too high. Report he's on 120 grand a week. Where do you see this Jota? Let me see. Jota. Rennes. Villa and pot 4. It'd be decent to get Villa, wouldn't it? You know, trip down to Villa Park. We'll get Liverpool. Fabrizio Romero confirmed. Let me see. Oh, there is there. Was that 15 minutes ago? It's going to be saying 50 minutes ago on my screen. Oh, you know why? Because I put in the search bar. Typical me. Oh God, I'm having a Britney moment, folks. I'm having a Britney moment. So there you go. Formal steps to follow. So they've agreed a deal to sign him on loan. They've agreed a deal. I wonder how much they're going to be paying, how much of his wages they're going to be paying. According to like Rennes might be a club with a lot of money behind them. People have been saying to me the last few days. You know, fair play to Jota. He's gone to a decent league. You know, I would love to see him going to the Premier League. I would have liked to see him playing for a team in the English Premier League. But imagine he went to the Brighton. It would have been unbelievable for them. But that is what it is. Should never dread a game. It is what it is. But the boys put on the hoops. Yeah, but you got to like understand that. I completely understand. I'm not trying to be negative in any way, folks. I'm just thinking with my head here for a second. Let's be honest. We're going to be playing against top class caliber. You know, it is going to be like David versus Goliath, some of the teams. Because some of these teams will have literally a squad of 500 million starting. Or the whole team. In regards to the bench and all. And then what's their squad probably worth? 170 plus, maybe 170 altogether. That's just a wild guess. Could probably less. But we'll take the Champions League as it comes. We'll take every team as it comes. We'll take every fixture as it comes. I'll be live on Thursday at 10 to 5. 10 to 5 I'll be live. So please tune in. I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to watch the draw on my phone while I'm on this talking to you. So yeah, this is what you get when you go into the Champions League. You're playing against top class opposition. And look, there's more money for us as well, but we need to spend it, you know. My captain loved me because I said I didn't give it. I would support Rodgers if he fully leaves. He won't be leaving. Do you read the chat? Too many comments coming through at one time. Now he won't be going to Man U. Do you think Tim Hag's going to get the sack? He won't go to Man U. Because he obviously managing Liverpool previously. I don't think he'll go to Man U, to be honest. Don't think he will. Been stranger things in football, though. Real Madrid incoming. Not worried about the big teams whatsoever. If anything, getting excited to play against big teams. But we just don't want to play for them for the sake of a Champions League song and a full stadium and you can't do nothing against them. So no point having them as just an occasion. You want to have it. You actually want to take it to them. Like the days when we beat AC Milan 2-1, you know. We'll see what happens. See what happens. That'd be a great one, wouldn't it? Dortmund at Parkhead on a Champions League night. Even get Dortmund away, yellow wall. It'd be unbelievable. So I just want to get his opinion in the comments. Out of a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you think Celtic will get 3 players in by Friday? We've already 1 player in, so another 2 more players. A scale of 1 to 10. I'm sure people are probably going to say 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. You know, just let me know. Do you think we can beat Villa? Villa are a decent side. At Celtic Park, it'd be step up to our game and use the 12th man and actually take teams on. We could beat anyone. You know, see what happens. 8 out of 10. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. That's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. I said Alex Faye is had to be brought in there. If we can get Trusty in, and this is a guy who's Premier League experience as well. I don't care he played for Sheffield, you know, he's still playing the Premier League, playing against top class opposition. People forget that. Yes, he was a part of a team that conceded so many goals, but who cares? Move on. 9 out of 10. I wouldn't mind 3 players and 2 long moves. That'd be a good bit of business from Celtic, you know. It's who we bring in that's important. You know, you got to suit the culture as well of the team. You know, there's no point in bringing players in from the other side of the world. That's not going to do it. Look at, for example, Mark Attilio. He was after come back to Celtic this summer and train for pre-season, and he wanted to stay at Melbourne because he wanted to play more football. Time will tell, Michael. Time will tell. We've 1 already in. Let's get another 2 in. Anything else after that is a bonus. And plus, Mikey Johnson's gone. He's going to go to Sheffield United. 2.5 million. And also, Lager Bielka's gone to FC20 as well. You know, he's came out and said already that he got offers from Saudi Arabia and he turned them down. He wanted to take a year out and he looked at a few of the projects and he said Celtic came around and he done it, you know. That's it. Like, Rodgers is not daft. He's going to get played. He's going to learn from the mistakes. The club are going to learn from the mistakes of last season of getting players in and not cutting the sauce. Simple as that. I know. If the board backs Rodgers to get players in, we'll have a shot in Europe after Christmas. Not trying to be smart in any way, Shane. Don't take this in a smart way. We are in Europe after Christmas. We're in Europe till the end of January. I'll pull up the Champions League. We'll go through the whole Champions League, who's in pot 1 to pot 4 tomorrow. We'll go through the fixture list. We'll go through the whole thing. But I know what you mean. Hopefully playoff Champions League. Maybe, Shane. That's it. Like, he could strive with Carter Vickers. You know, I know a lot of people haven't seen Trusty, but I'd rather Trusty, who's experienced in playing Premier League football and that's regularly playing, than Scales done well last season. I get a lot of praise of Scales. I defended Scales a lot of time has the Barca guy signed yet? I'm not going Sunday. I'm still waiting to try to get a ticket, Paul. Looking around trying to get a ticket, you know. It's confirmed, yeah. I'll just show you now. Fabricio Romero. Just great. He's not slow. I looked at him. He's not that slow. Jesus. Like, there's trades of centre backs. Like, I know but the thing is, right, the whole problem with McKenna was, right, a lot of people are against the whole thoughts of McKenna coming to Celtic. I was on for McKenna coming to Celtic. I really was. I was on for McKenna to come to Celtic. I thought, like, he knows the league. He knows what the crack is. He played a bit of Champions League football for Copenhagen. Played in the Championship. Played in the Premier League. Like, he's experienced there. But that's what the crack is. So that's just to confirm that Alex Valle has joined Celtic, and the club will confirm it tomorrow as well. Yeah. As I said, time will happen. Time will come when, if Trusty comes in, a lot of people will doubt him. Like, a lot of people doubted Adamida. You know, that makes me feel old. You can feel young as you want, Mark. Don't be worrying about it. You know, I'm 34. I look about 44, but I feel like I'm 24 at times. You know, completely agree with you. Whoever comes in, don't doubt, believe. We'll know within. We'll analyse them by the end of that season and say, you know what, that was a shambles. Or, and I know people don't like failure, but not every player is going to hit the ground running, folks. You just have to give them. Have to have a bit of patience. You don't understand as well. They're coming into the Glasgow Fishbowl. They'll probably never ever had that pressure in their career ever, and to step up to that is a big thing as well. People forget about that. People forget that they have to move their families up. There's other stuff going on in the background, getting a place to live. Like, it takes time to settle into places. And I know firsthand from moving from one country to another country, it takes time. It takes time to get your gist around things. I'm not a footballer anyway, but my God, changing from Dublin to Glasgow, there is a change there. Getting used to people, especially getting used to these Glaswegian accents. You know, I've been coming over here for nearly 18 years. Jesus, sometimes you need subtitles for half years. Same would probably listen to me. Exactly. You can't beat the Glaswegian accent. Kirill. Well, Keith, I was busy. What were you up to? What were you doing tonight? I'm going to do another 5 more minutes on the channel. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that tuned in tonight. Just to confirm, Alex Valle is going to be confirmed as a Celtic player over the next 24 hours. We have put a second bid in for ENGELS of Augsburg of 9 million. Hasn't been rejected yet. But more like it will be rejected because they're looking between 12 to 15 million. That's what they want. We're still in talks with LA FC for Mateus, the Polish guy. I'm not going to say Borgers, whatever his name is. Mateus. As I said, can't pronounce half the players' names. Bleeding brutal, but he's not what I'm talking about. As I said, I'm not a football commentator in any way. Exactly. I'm the same, James. You had me doubts as well. I wouldn't pay more than 9 million, to be honest with you, because you know that I have us for ransom. You know, some fans might think we're doing it Atalanta, going in with different bids. But no, I won't pay for like the guy's stats. 52 games, I think it's 3 goals in there, 9 assists over 52 games. Doesn't sell it to me. Does not sell it to me, to be honest. And I know you probably think it's a bit steep, but it doesn't sell it to me. We have a guy there that's banging goals in the MLS. 21 goals in 76 games in the MLS. And I know the MLS is completely a downgrade to the Bundesliga, but come on, lads. Like, I'd rather have someone that's banging goals in, build confidence. He could, as I said, Arne Ingels could come to this team and bang goals in every week for Celtic. Could be that player that fits in that righty spot, you know. Could be a baller. You know, it's just the stats don't do it for me, and particularly in him. I know sometimes I say, well, stop giving Trusty stick, stop doing this, stop doing that. I just don't know. I just think it's different, you know. So we'll see what happens. If reportedly he's keen to move to Celtic, Arne Ingels, he wants to move to Celtic. There's been a lot of rubbish rumours going around that he's agreed personal terms. Reports from Germany, but let's see what happens. You know, just as I said, I'm going to be on this channel maybe tomorrow night, Thursday night for the Champions League draw, and Friday for the transfer window. And then I'll be on the podcast for the next 4 nights in a row. So I do apologize to people that regularly watch, and it feels like it's the same blunder conversation. It's the same parrot talking, saying the same words. But for the new folks that have ever tuned in, for the first time tuning in, welcome to my podcast. This is what I talk about. You want honest opinions? I'm going to give you an honest opinion. You know, it may not be right. You may disagree, but that's the whole point of podcasts. You know, you have a bigger say than I do. You're the folks that are tuning in. Some folks buy the membership, some folks don't, and these are all important. These are all important. Let's see what Wilson says. Has been playing regularly in the Bundesliga. Enough says, yeah, he's been playing regularly. Yes, you can't take it. He played 82 minutes the other day against Werder Bremen, I think it was, or Wolfsburg. It was either one of them. 82 minutes. We're trying to replace Matt O'Reilly, who gets assists and goals. This is what I'm trying to say to people. He may be playing regularly, but you want to see a guy scoring goals. Saying, wow, Jesus Christ, we're getting a guy in here that's, you know, really decent. Yeah. Do you think Brighton have paid the money yet? Yeah, they paid the 26 million. Then they'll have to pay the 4 million add-ons. So I'm sure they're raging. But I was talking to a Brighton YouTuber today, and I said to him, I goes, if you need me to go onto your channel and give you a lowdown about Matt O'Reilly, about what he can bring to the team and where he can go, I'll do it. And I honestly think Matt O'Reilly will go to a top 4 team in the Premier League in the next 2, maybe 3 seasons, you know. Then why are we going out and spending the Matt O'Reilly money? So is Bernardo the replacement? Who do I think? I honestly don't know because there's so much markets. As I said, I'm not saying Luke McCown is Matt O'Reilly's replacement in any ways, but I'd like to see us add the squad and get Luke McCown. I think he would be decent, you know. I haven't seen anything more about Matt O'Reilly, to be honest. Like, as I said, I have to walk away from this conversation talking about Matt O'Reilly because he's now in the past. He's now in the past. 9 minutes into his Brighton. Good to see these. It's good to see a reunion of these as well, by the way. I know a lot of people don't like Oasis and they're like, oh, I don't want to hear about these, Keats. I don't want to hear about this, but I was delighted for this morning because my dad is a massive Oasis fan, so that's why I said a pub. I think with Thiago home, right, I personally feel Thiago home needs a loan move in the league. I think send him to Kilmarnock, send him to Hibs. I think he can improve as a player. I think there is a player there, Giorgio, 100%. 100%. Good question, Charles. Without Anja, recruitment in Japan is completely done with. Yeah, definitely agree with you. I think obviously Ange knew how to tap into that market. Obviously they have a different schedule, like compared to like they play different. They finish their league up around November, start of December. So yeah, I think that the Japanese or even the K League, I think that's done and dusted. O scored the weekend as well, by the way. He is, because he scores goals, he scores free kicks, scores penalties and stuff like that. But we have people on this that are living in the States and that don't like the MLS. Don't think we should be going for a player like him because they bought him for 1 million, and they're trying to sell him for 8 million because they're actually Stuart Armstrong. Did he not? I thought he signed for someone. Is he not on loan? Was he not trial? Did he not do a trial at Bournemouth or something like that? I thought he signed for someone. Let me see. I thought he was on loan somewhere. 2 seconds. No, he's still a free agent. Yeah. His hair is fine. He scores bolters all the time. That's it. I'm not here to talk about Palestine and politics and stuff, to be honest with you, Paul. Like, my answer is, I was blowing a Palestinian flag for you never walk alone against Atletico Madrid. Enough said. So, at Celtic Park, I'm not here to talk about that stuff because the world is getting so judgmental one agenda might not suit someone's opinion in the other comments. So I like to just talk about football. It's a football channel. I've raised a lot of solidarity for the Palestinian people for years upon years on my social media. So enough said. Sparta Prague, Salzburg, Young Boys. They're on the champion. Young Boys are a dodgy team. Sparta Prague, decent team. You're probably playing against that guy, that goalkeeper that we were linked with, the Danish guy. Salzburg, good project behind them there after taking Liverpool's former assistant manager. So decent team there. Trusty deal is progressing, but the first bid has been rejected. The second bid could be around 6 million. But that's why I done a video on it earlier on. Mackenzie, I said it says 5 million on the post, but it could rise up to 6 million. Yeah, Matt Roddy will be out for a while. The K-League signings were in Angelo, Owen Yang. Just scouting system. Mark Lawwell was ahead of scouting at the time. So enough said there. Can we answer these questions tomorrow? So, Tony, to be honest with you, I don't really know. I need to look at the teams that are in it. And what I'll do is I'll put a screenshot up tomorrow of the pots and try make this in sense to me. So all I know is we're going to be playing against 8 different teams in the Champions League from September up to January. The draws are simulated, and it's a league format of 36 teams. And you're in that kind of middle place table, you get into playoffs. So it's going to be difficult. We're going to play against top class quality and against teams that are ranked below us as well, to be honest. I want to look at it tomorrow night because honestly, I need to look at what Hamish describes it, because Hamish is brilliant at explaining stuff like that. So I'll give a shout out to Hamish, Celtic AM, for the work he puts in. Shout out to Ryan as well. He puts in all the podcasts I've put in a really good shift this month, and before that as well. I don't get around to watch them all because I'm busy making my own content. But that's it. It's not our problem anymore. As I said, wish him the very best. Simple as, I know, Danny, you weren't happy with me the other night talking about him 9 or 10 times, but it is what it is. In truth, no bad teams in the Champions League. Exactly. Teams go through these qualification rounds against decent teams to knock out to get into the Champions League. We're going to have to go through that next season. Said, Paul, we're going to talk about football. Talk about the team. Not talk about flags and stuff. As I said, I made my point clear. 14-1 odds. Celtic to win 4-1. I was actually talking to my friend earlier on, and then she said, Keith, I think it's going to be 4-1. The referee is John Beaton, and then on VAR is Andrew Dallas. Enough said. Gentlemen. Right, folks, I'm going to jump off, Snitch. I'm going to jump off, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the podcast. He's only tuning in, waiting till the footy ends and go over it. John Beaton's the referee for Sunday, by the way. So, yeah. So I will be doing a short video before I go to bed, just confirming Alex Valle as well as a Celtic player. Jota has joined Ren on loan. Looks like that deal's done and dusted as well. And Trusty, I'll be talking about him in further detail as well over the next couple of days as well. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow night for a podcast, probably around 8 o'clock. I'll be back on Thursday at 10-5 for the Champions League draw. And I'll be back on Friday for transfer deadline day. So you'll have me podcast for the next couple of days. As I said, stay tuned to my channel. Tell your mates. Share it on YouTube or share it on Facebook. Subscribe. Free of charge. And if you want a chance of winning the Mikel Lustig signed jersey, get your asses off the Instagram if you have Instagram, or even a family member. Follow the page. Follow Signed FA Shirts. And you tag 3 people and you have a chance of winning that free Lustig jersey. I'll be announcing it on the weekends of the derby. I'll be announcing it before the derby who will win the Mikel Lustig signed jersey. So look, it's free of charge. I do deals with these businesses all the time. So yeah. So everyone that tuned in tonight, thank you very much. Thanks very much. Really good people tuning in tonight. You know, how the people of the Republic. Good stuff, Paul. Good stuff. You know. So, Salam, Gamim Guts. I shall speak to you all tomorrow. Hell.